So we are getting this show started. I am King Nico, and we are now live from Resistance headquarters. I am joined by my side, as usual, with the Pomeranian Resistance. Welcome. So it's 8 p.m. on the Eastern Coast, North America. Yes, Island Boy is here. He says, let's go. Class is in session. King of Kings, hello, True Christian. This is going to be a good one tonight, especially for all the new subscribers, for all the newbies. We're streaming live to Facebook, to my YouTube channel, and to my backup YouTube channel. And I just found out today that my backup channel is getting more views than my main channel. So lots of shadow ban going on there. So I'm going to need you all to help crusade through this ban and this censorship, and let's get the truth out there. So we are going to the moon today. Well, we're going back to the moon because NASA doesn't seem to be able to go back. So we got to go back to figure out why they can't go back. So saying good evening to everyone. Zay is here. Red Stiff is excited to join the live tonight. Jungle Queen, Gail Phillips from Blackpool. So you're up late. Good evening to you. Lady Quest, you're ready for this, right? And Shalom to Lion of Jacob and Yahushua. What is up, Paul? So let's get this shared out. I just made a post on Instagram and on Facebook. So please, guys, everyone, ladies, gentlemen, children, if you have Instagram, that's my page right there. I also have Crusaders of the Resistance also on Instagram and Facebook. So if you don't want to wait for the show, whenever I'm able to do it, then I'm always active on Facebook and trying to get more active on doing the lives on there also. So who else is with us? We got Rebecca Biggs from Georgia, USA. So we're waking up America, we're waking up Europe, we're waking up Australasia, Asia, Africa. We got people and crusaders from all across this beautiful earth. And we want to figure out why this is happening. Linda Terry is here. Hello, good evening. Yeah, thank you, Eliza, Lady Quest, Red Sonia. Okay, so before we head to the moon, we're going to go to 1968 because we left off in part 2 with 1966 and the founding of the Church of Satan. So now Satan is now finally in the mix, or shown that he's in the mix, because we know he's always been in the mix. So let me bring up the screen here. So here we go. So we're going to go to 1968. And what do we have? We got the World Trade Center. So yes, it shows right here that it was opened in 1973, and obviously it fell in 2001 on 9/11, September 11th. So we go to the World Trade Centers, very familiar, was very programmed in all our minds in the 90s, in Hollywood movies and cartoons, everything. Very symbolic. Looks like a number 11 in the skyline of New York City. And when did this begin constructing? So construction started August 6, 1968. So this is the year, the summer before they decided to go to the moon. So they began construction. So 33 years later, so it began building 1968, and then it fell 33 years later, 2001. So there's your World Trade Center. We're still in the 60s. What else happened in the 60s? 1968. So speaking of 9/11, the 911 emergency telephone code came into effect also in 1968. So, sorry, as you can see here, sorry, in 1968, the number was agreed upon. AT&T chose the number 911, which was simple, easy to remember, dialed easily, which with rotary dial phones in place at the time, 999 would not. And 999 is actually the emergency code in England. So, and that came into effect also in 1968. So there's your more rituals taking place. So we have the construction of the World Trade Centers, also known as the Twin Towers, right? So we'll get back to the Twin Towers in a moment because we're about to head off into 1969. So now, just the 3 years preceding 1969, Church of Satan is now in place. The World Trade Centers have begun construction, and the 911 has now become the phone code for emergencies in America. Okay, so I'm going to bring up some footage. Hopefully I don't get copywritten because I don't own the rights. So these are from some archives. So I'm going to try and talk over it and leave it on the side over there. So here we have a press conference. So now we're in July. So this is the 15th of July, 1969. And this is the Apollo crew. The day before they launch off into space, right? So sorry, quickly, I say Yoshua is coming, says hello to everyone. Hello. King of Kings says, getting my Nico fixed today. Yes, back to back the evenings. I'm excited for this. We got the ball rolling finally, and we're onto the flat earth and all the operations that helped hide. First, as they discovered it and then hid it. And Sean Gallinger's here. Welcome, Sean and Sarah. All right, so we're getting into this press conference quickly now.
Russians are to be congratulated on their launching. Of course, I don't have any more information, or perhaps a good bit less information than many of you people as to what the objectives are of this flight. They have been rather congratulatory on our successes in the past, and I think that we feel the same way. We wish them the most success.
So that's Buzz Aldrin, right?
Hope that they have and share the same wishes.
Talking about the Russians flights. And how this is the space race.
Describe your emotions as regard that prime human emotion, fear. Do you harbor any fear, or how would you describe your attitude just before flight? Any one of you, or all.
So describe your attitude before the flight.
Well,
so remember.
I can draw straws.
Wow.
I would say, Walter, that fear is an unknown emotion to us. Fear is characteristic,
love butterfly,
particularly of a knowledge that there may be something that you haven't thought of and feel that you might be unable to cope with. I think our training and all the
training
that goes into the preparation for flight does
not just a regular flight
toward erasing those kinds of possibilities. And I
what
would say
a
that,
dweeb. I'm
as
sorry,
crew,
no offense, but this is
we-
the
all three of
world's
us really have,
finest,
no fear of
fittest
launching out on this expedition.
that they could find to send to be the first humans on the moon.
I have no TV set on board, and therefore I'm going to be one of the few Americans who's not going to be able to see the EVA. So I like you to.
Wow! So this is the press conference the night before the. Come on, ridiculous!
You can't expect your team to
Ridiculous.
manage
Sorry,
with
let me
this.
stop this.
With money.
Get off the screen. Okay, so that was the press conference before. As you can see, I got some gematria codes on the screen. I hope you're starting to get familiar with these numbers, right? Because fake moon landing equals 666 and 846, right? Which is identical to fallen angels, which is also 666 and 846. These are the ones that are in control. We're going to get to it. Don't you worry. So stick around, get ready. We're going to the moon. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about everything. So again, quickly, we're going to start off with the code because there's no secret here. I don't believe it really happened. And I'm going to show you why. It was a fake moon landing, and it was all organized by the fallen angels. So when we're watching, we're going to watch the launch now, right? So we're here July 16th. We're at the Kennedy Space Center. So just check out the computers. And remember, this is the 60s. Like, I already watched a bunch of videos on technology in the 60s and what they had. Like, the cassette just came out. Like, it's laughable. It's ridiculous. And the fact that they can't go back there now, considering the way we've jumped technologically in the last 50 years since, is crazy. You'd think that today, in 2020, in this decade, that they'd be going to the moon because we got all this Apple iPhone and holographic technology. But no, they were able to do it back then with tinfoil, rubber bands, and duct tape, right? So Trill Mills is here. Good evening, Trill Mills. 007 saying hello to everyone, to all the crusaders here across this earth. We're about to launch off into space. So we're gonna get into it. So let's check out the launch video.
This is Apollo 7 launch control. We passed the 6-minute mark in our countdown for Apollo 11, the flight to land of the first men on the moon. We're on time at the present time.
Remember, Apollo 11. So there's your 11 again. So we already got the Twin Towers. That looks like an 11. And then you get the telephone code, 911, 911.
The swing arm now coming back as our countdown continues. Skip Chauvin.
Yes, we are the resistance. So I'm educating everyone so you can realize that you are the resistance. T. Mutin, hello, Crusaders. Warrior of Yeshua says hello. We're watching some launch footage. Look, there he is, Werner Van Braun. That's Werner Van Braun, Nazi that was snuck in with paperclip. We just spoke about it yesterday. Miss Darlene Thorpe, good evening. Nice to see you here live. Welcome. Lovely to see you. Naomi is also here. T minus, you hear that? There's the terminology they use. That's where it comes from.
60 seconds and counting. We passed T minus 60.
T minus, see?
Neil Armstrong reported back when he received the good wishes.
Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, Michael Collins. Those are the 3 heroes that they found. You saw the press conference. They look like a bunch of shy little schoolboys. Not superheroes leaving Earth.
30 seconds and counting. Astronauts report it feels good.
Astronaut.
20 seconds and counting.
T minus, right?
T minus 15.
T minus 15.
Internal. 12.
Hi, Kim.
7, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start.
Yeah, laughable. I want to skip through some of this. It's ridiculous. There's the launch. Blah, blah, blah. I didn't see no fancy technology. So where are we in this? Forget that. It's a joke. I don't want to see no more of that. I didn't see anything fancy. So now we're in space. They took off. This is footage of them about to land on the moon, all the way up there. What a joke. But we got to go through it. This is what we got. Does that look like space to you? Does that look like you're on the surface about to land on the moon? Come on. Sorry, let me turn the volume down on this. What is this? Ads? Yeah, absolutely ridiculous. Let me get rid of this Miss Peloton ad quickly. Let's get back to them talking 0, 0. There's the surface of the moon. Yeah, it's a joke. I haven't seen anything. So the launch video is a joke. Hi, Paul. Yeah. So you haven't missed much. We're just launching off. Now about to land on the moon. I know about that 86. That was another hoax. No one really died because they have an escape thing. No one's really sent up in these rockets because they go off into the Bermuda Triangle. They don't go straight up. They always curve into the ocean. So we're just looking at the footage. They're in space now, and they're at the moon. They're about to land on it, right? So I don't see anything fancy. Again, this is 1969. I don't know how they have this footage, but they got cameras then, and we're gonna see a phone call soon. It's unbelievable. Yes, Darlene. Yeah, you haven't missed anything. We're about to land on the moon, so we just went over the construction of World Trade Centers in '68. The 911 phone code and also came into effect in '68. We saw the pre-flight press conference with the crew. Laughable schoolboys, right? Not the world's finest heroes. Look at these people. They're not in space. So yes, Chanel Brown is all fake. We're going to take a look at it all. There's the lunar module. That's the spacecraft that could withstand all the forces and of whatever it is to leave this Earth and get into space and land on the moon and then come back. So this was a successful mission. Naomi, you called it, made in a Hollywood basement. Space may be the final frontier, but it was made in a Hollywood basement. Oh, I've looked at them all. It's all there to be seen, but my whole series, we're tying it straight to the Bible because this is all biblical, right? We know it was fake, but people don't know why it was fake, right? We know, but why is it fake? And I'm going to tie it straight in to the Bible and the Word of God. Yes, Tommy. So let's get these guys landing on the moon. Oh, sorry, I paused and let me get the volume back.
Go for landing, over. Roger, understand. Go for landing. 3,000 feet.
Tiny trees. Look, it's fake. We're gonna get into it.
How you doing, Control? We look good here, fine. How about you, Telcom? Go. Guidance, you happy? Go. Fido. Go. 2,000 feet. 2,000 feet. Into the ag. 47 degrees. Roger. 47 degrees. Still looking very good. Here go.
Patience. I'm showing you why they had to fake it.
1201. 1201. Roger. 1201 alarm. 1201 alarm. Set time for go flight. Okay, we're go. We're go. Same time. We're go. Altitude 1600. Eagle looking great. Roger. 1202. We copy it. 35 degrees. 750. Coming down to 23. 540 feet at a 15.
So yeah, look at them. They're in that little microwave-looking module. And that's supposed to be the surface of the moon.
Forward, come down nicely. 200 feet. 4.5 down. 5.5 down.
Yes, to hide
3.5 down.
God, to hide Jesus.
875 feet.
Exactly,
That's
Sue.
looking good. Down a half. 6 forward. 60 seconds.
Yeah, very, very fake. Thank you, T. Mouton.
40 feet down, 2.5. Picking up some dust. Fake shadow. 4 forward, drift into the right level. 30 seconds forward. Contact light.
Okay, let's speed this up. This is annoying.
We copy it down, Eagle. Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
The Eagle has landed.
This is Apollo Control Houston at 105 hours down to the flight to Apollo 11. Yeah, our current plan is to have crew members aboard the Eagle to eat and relax for
Aboard the Eagle.
Starting EVA.
Don't be gullible. Don't be gullible, says Tommy.
Have a reasonable time back until about an hour before the schedule.
街の通りにはかなり多くの人が見られますが、
Phoenix is also an anagram for iPhone X, which was the iPhone 10. Rebecca Biggs follows Tommy Truthful TV also. He speaks highly of me. Thank you. I got to check him out. Thank you so much for that, Rebecca Biggs. Tommy Truthful TV.
July 20th, 1969.
So look, July 20th, 1969. So, okay, stop. This nonsense is frying my head. I just feel stupider watching that, right? So, but we have to, because it was fake. It's nonsense. The eagle has landed. We didn't see anything special. That could so easily be fake. That is not space. That is not our moon, right? So I got some, I need to get into some gematria now because I have to. I'm sorry. I need to jump to some numbers because you have to see what I got laid out. So first of all, sorry, where can you see this? Where am I? So there you go. The eagle has landed. So you heard it right there as they landed on July 20th, 1969. And there's your 726. The eagle has landed. Right? There's the code for that. The eagle has wings, they said. The eagle has wings equals 322 for your skull and bones. There's your Big Bang Theory. The Big Bang Theory also equals 726. So that's why they said the eagle has landed 726, because it's also Revelation 726. And it's also enforcing again the Big Bang Theory, because otherwise, how can you leave this earth? So there's your 726. So as he's getting off and about to land, step onto the moon, Neil Armstrong says, that's one small step for man equals 666. In the reverse, Francis Bacon, right? Are you taking this in? So everything they said, we've heard it for decades, right? We've heard it for decades. Houston, the eagle has landed. The eagle has wings. So I put them all into the gematria. The numbers are all coming out for the fallen angels, right? So one small step for man. That's one small step for man. One giant leap for mankind also equals 666 in Francis Bacon forwards. So they say after he says that's one small step for man, he says one giant leap for mankind. Very satanic. And I got to show you why this is very symbolic. Because it's Nimrod, right? Nimrod. Let's bring him up. This is straight from the Bible. How big can I make this? So the man of many names, Nimrod, is the man of many names. And the Hebrew translation of Nimrod is rebel. So he is the rebellious one, the one that rebelled against God and led Babylon away from the Lord, right? So the many names of Nimrod, we're going to look at the names of Nimrod. Gilgamesh, Bel, Melkart, Adonis, Ashmun, Dumuzi, Dionysus, Bacchus, Orion, Marduk, Mithra, Nanuta, Apollo, Ra, Osiris. So we're going to look at the name Apollo. So Nimrod is the man of many names, and one of those names is Apollo. Right? So let's get this off the screen. Yeah, Apollo. Oh, sorry. Can you guys even see that? There, sorry. So Apollo is there on the list. Sorry, so we're going to go bit by bit. So Jerry Honeycutt says, Nimrod was a great hunter of men. That means he was probably a giant, all about the bloodline. So yeah, he was the great-grandson of Noah, grandson of Ham. Yes, thank you, King of Kings. Only 18 likes. Come on. Where is everyone? Thousands of people need to be watching this and seeing this. How can this not be way more attention on this? So again, it's not about that. Whoever's here taking it in, good for you. Yes, thank you, T. Mooten. So again, we have Nimrod's names on the screen. So you've heard Osiris and Ra. So those are some Egyptian god names. You got Mithra, Marduk. You got Baal. But we're interested in Apollo now, because guess what? The Apollo mission is named Apollo because basically they're naming it Nimrod. And what did Nimrod do? Yes, Chanel Brown. Yes, Mukesh, thank you. Shared it. Yes, let's get this out there. The censorship is wild. I already told you my backup channel is getting more views than my main channel. So I already did that test. It's wild. So Nimrod is Apollo, right? So let's get to it. Hold on. Nimrod is Apollo. Let's get that off the screen now. So Nimrod is Apollo. So let's bring back. So again, I've already tried to explain what Nimrod did and how he built the Tower of Babel, right? The tower. So there's your tower symbolism. And then we're going to go back to the twin towers, right? Because now instead of one tower, we got two towers being built at the same time, which is symbolic, which is when they fell 33 years later. Sorry, where's the fallen angels? Okay, let me just put it in right here. Apollo, Nimrod. You know, I do have it. It's right here. Apollo Nimrod equals 144. Okay, so they're very much the same person. Matthew J, what's good? Hello, good evening. Yeah, Karen's Coffee Corner, the 33 keeps coming up. So Apollo Nimrod is 144. What else is 144? We have Mark of the Beast is 144, right? Alien Invasion is also 144. We're going to keep going. Body of Christ, 144. And I see someone just put that there. Oh, body not most. Sorry. Yeshua is coming, body not most. But body of Christ is also 144. Just as Apollo Nimrod is 144, right? So now we've landed on the moon. We got to bring... oh, yeah. So they're on the moon. They're bouncing around. They're doing their thing. So now the president is amazed. The whole world has been watching. I don't know how they were able to watch live, right? So, but we'll get into it. Let me see. Did we miss something? Sorry. I want to make sure we got all the... Okay, that's got footage. To see them on the moon, just so you can see it. So there's footage of them on the moon.
Jack Schmidt having a few problems.
Oh, this is laughable. So this is 1969. These are the heroes of Earth. This is on the surface of the moon. So notice that the moon doesn't have a sky. It's just black, right? Notice that the sky is just black, but Earth has a sky and the sky is blue. How come we don't see the sky being black, right? Only at nighttime it appears black. But we're going to get into that because this is more disinfo and complete lies. And there's also no stars. That comes up in the press conference when they come back to Earth. So this is a joke. Look at the background. Just it's not real. This is not the surface of the moon. When we look at the moon, it glows. So yeah, let's get that off the screen. So yeah, they're bouncing on the moon, blah, blah, blah. They're there. It's humans. So look, there's mockery. There's no way that people left this Earth, those three characters, and then they're on the surface of the moon that we see that has eclipses and everything that glows bright like the sun. that has blood moons. So what if they went and it was a blood moon? How come would the surface be red? Nothing makes sense. So it's a mockery because they're on Earth filming it, as we all know, in a basement. Now so Kennedy got assassinated in 1963. So now we got this. Yeah, sorry, quickly. Matthew Vall says, my friend Sadie said that Kubrick definitely shot that. Yep. It's ridiculous. I don't have to keep showing much footage. It's easy. You can go find it on NASA's website. It's all over the place. I'm not trying to get copywritten for sharing it, but we saw some clips just so you know so you can get your imagination and get the picture and image of it, right? So in retrospect, it's so incredibly fake. Thank God you Crusaders are awake and know it's fake. But we're going to get into why it's fake. They didn't just fake it for no reason. There was a very serious reason and a biblical reason, because Apollo is Nimrod, right? And Naomi says Kubrick admitted it on his deathbed. So maybe we could get more into that. So let's get into this new president now. It's 1969, and remember, Kennedy said that his goal was to land a man on the moon by the end of the decade. So it's the end of the decade. It's July 20th. So quickly, July 20th, before we get the speech. Sorry, Neil Armstrong. So July 20th. Is it on the screen? Yeah. So July 20th is the day that the man walked on the moon, right? And landed on it. July 20th is the 201st day of the year. So there's your 201. Thank you. So even world-class Satanist is saying that it seems staged. You're welcome, Kim. Thank you. Your video is truly a blessing, and many others. I've learned so much. You're welcome. So look, 201, July 20th. So this is the day. So 201 is the day that they landed on the moon. Apollo equals 201 in Jewish gematria. There's your 201 for the Apollo, which is Nimrod. So Apollo is 201. Here's your Neil Armstrong. He's the character that we all keep hearing about. The first man on the moon, Neil A. Armstrong. So Neil A. It's also alien backwards if you do it like that. You see what I highlighted? Let me make it bigger for you all, because it is part of the alien deception. They need you to believe in space and going to other planets and other forms of rock other than Earth to enforce that. So Alden is his middle name, Neil Armstrong. Also, his name, Neil Alden Armstrong equals 201. Do you not see how this is all by the code? And if we go back to our Astroworld series, 201 is the number of angels that fell to Earth, right? And we're going to get into the angels because I just found something like 10 minutes before I went live. So we're going to get into it after everything I have prepared. Yes. Coffee's Corner, Karen's Coffee Corner. Yeah. So Neil Armstrong's full name equals 201 also. Right? So let's get we're back at the so they're on the moon. It's the 201st day of the year. And here's a call from the president.
Neil and Buzz.
Okay. I had to pause it there. So let's make this bigger. So as the camera is zoomed in onto Richard Nixon, right? Zoomed in onto Nixon. And as it pans out, look at the picture in the top corner right there. You see it right there? There's a picture on the wall. It is a picture of Earth from the surface of the moon. It's in the gold frame. It's right there. Guys, they just landed on the moon for the first time. Why is that photograph there framed and it's been there for a while? If they've just landed on the moon. So they're showing you that it's all a hoax. There's the supposed Earth. There's the surface of the supposed moon with like the edge and this black space. And there's the president. He's on a dial-up phone. There's the phone. It's dial-up. And that phone just got introduced in the 60s. Oh my goodness. So there he is. Why? Yeah. Spot on, says Naomi. Interesting, says Tiny Trees. Wow, says Kim. From a landline? Yeah, from a landline. And the landline only, that phone only just came into be in 1963 or 4. I already watched all technology that was released in the 60s, and it's a joke. Wow, Nico, never thought of that before. I learned something new every time I watch you. You're welcome, brother. Someone's talking about Project Bluebeam, the next plan for when the rapture happens. Yes. How did anyone buy this? Yeah, we're not buying it. So we're revisiting. Why is that picture? So remember, they're on the moon for the first time. So there's no way that picture could ever exist. It could never exist. So let's play the call.
The United States is in his office now and would like to say a few words to you. Over.
These damn ads.
That would be an honor. Go ahead, Mr. President. This is Houston out.
Hello, Neil and Buzz. I'm talking to you by telephone from the Oval Room at the White House. And this certainly has to be the most historic telephone call ever made. I just can't tell you how proud we all are of what you. For every American, this has to be the proudest day of our lives. And for people all over the world, I am sure they too join with Americans in recognizing what an immense feat this is. Because of what you have done, the heavens have become a part.
There's the picture again. Look, they're zooming in on it. What is this?
Talk to us from the Sea of Tranquility.
Sorry, I have to rewind that because talking about heavens and Sea of Tranquility, like I don't trust these characters. Listen.
The heavens have become a part of man's world. And as you talk to us from the Sea of Tranquility, it inspires us to redouble our efforts to bring peace and tranquility to earth.
So I swear he said the heavens have now become a part of man's world and all this tranquility nonsense as they're zooming in onto the framed picture of Earth from the moon. Do you not see how they are mocking the absolute shit out of everyone on this Earth? Not a painting. How can they ever get that vision in their head of what Earth even looks like from the moon if they just got there? It's nonsense, right? Exactly. This person, you can't even get a good signal in rural areas on our 3 to 4G networks, but they were calling the moon on a landline in the 60s. The moon, they're not anywhere, not Japan, not Africa. They called the moon. So the moon doesn't have any network. Come on. Like that module Luna didn't. Come on. Let's get back to this crap.
One priceless moment in the whole history of man. All the people on this earth are truly one. One in their pride in what you have done. And one in our prayers that you will return safely to earth.
This is live. This was broadcast live across the earth. So not only were they calling the moon, they were able to broadcast all the footage from the moon live to the networks, and so everyone in the world could be brainwashed by this fraudulent mess that they filmed in the Hollywood basement.
And thank you very much, and I look forward, all of us look forward to seeing you on the 100 on Thursday.
Blessings to you, Susie.
Look forward to that very much, so.
Absolute crap. So they didn't land on the moon because look, guess what? I got gematria codes to prove it. Nixon phone call to the moon. equals 666. That whole thing was staged. It was all by design to brainwash the people of Earth, to take them away from God, because they were doing the work of Nimrod. Apollo is Nimrod. So Nimrod tried to break through. Remember, as this happened, they're building the twin towers. So remember, Nimrod built one tower, the Tower of Babel, and that whole purpose was to build up, get us close to the glass firmament dome, the glass ceiling, you know, that hardest, mightiest ceiling that needs to be shattered, said Hillary Clinton. That's what they wanted to shatter, and Nimrod failed. Apollo failed back then. So he has a million names, just like Jesus has a million names. So obviously, so does Nimrod, and Apollo is one of them. And the fact that NASA, which we went over its deception and to beguile you, right, just as Satan did, right? They named it after Nimrod because they're continuing on what Nimrod failed to do. And guess what? They succeeded, because even I believe that they sent a rocket to space, but not necessarily landed on the moon, right? So thank God for gematria, and God for the Holy Bible, because it's all here. Nixon phone call to the moon equals 666. So happy for us Crusaders and you, Nico. This army is growing. Yes, it is. God bless everyone. I'm going to keep at it. We're going to go from topic to topic, series to series, and we're going to go through everything. And it's all connected to the enemy, that is the fallen angels. And we're running out of time, so we have to get educated quick, Crusaders, and I'm doing it. I'm on it. So, guess what? They returned to Earth now.
Richard Nixon, who had talked with the astronauts by telephone while they were on the moon, was waiting aboard the recovery carrier to welcome the returning voyagers.
Look, they're welcoming them back now. Look, they made it safely back to Earth. So Apollo 11 returns to Earth. Wow. Come on. Right? So that's whack. There they are. There's the Navy's jumping in. Look at them making a big deal. Look at the camera. Look at the technology. It is our duty as humanity today, with the technology we have, to question everything in the past, especially this moon landing hoax. It is our duty as human beings not to let it go and to question it, right? And we're doing it now as Crusaders of the Resistance. We are taking on our duty, right? So they return to Earth. And here we go. This is what I want to show you. So remember now. So remember these people. We showed you the press conference before they left. We showed you the whack footage of them flying and seeing the moon, and they're coming up on the surface like a freaking Disney cartoon. And then we have them jumping around and falling over the moon. Then we have the phone call, right? That never should have even happened, with live footage aired across the Earth in the 1969, right, on the 201st day of the year. Remember that, because fallen angels, they're the 201, right? So let's see. So these guys are heroes. Imagine if I had gone to the moon as a kid. I wanted to be an astronaut too. I wanted to go to space and go to the moon. I thought how amazing it would be. It's a load of crap. So here's these heroes. These are the world's mightiest, the first humans in human history, right, to leave this Earth and go to that moon that our ancestors have looked at for millennia, right? So here's the three characters. Here they are. Let's hear what they have to say. And remember, look at their body language. Remember, just tell me, everyone in the comments, tell me, like, how excited and how brave do you think you're going to feel? How, just mind blown to just have gone through that, to leave Earth, go to the moon, and come back and be the very first, right? So here we go.
Question and answer. At this time, I'd like to introduce the Apollo 11 crew: astronauts Neil Armstrong, Michael Collins, Edwin Aldrin. Neil.
It was our pleasure to have participated in one great adventure. It's an adventure that took place not just in the month of July, but rather one that took place in the last decade.
J7.
We all here and the people listening in today had the opportunity to share that adventure over its developing and unfolding in the past months and years. It's our privilege today
Privilege.
to share with you
Looks uncomfortable.
some of the details.
Looks like someone's holding a gun to his head.
That final month of July. That was
He looks scared, says
certainly
Tiny Trees.
the highlight for the three of us of that.
People look happier at a funeral.
We're going to divert.
They look like they just lost their best friends.
Format of past press conferences and talk about the things that interested us most, in particular the things that occurred on and about the moon.
On and about the moon? What occurred? Look at his face. Zoom in, zoom in.
Use,
He looks like he's about to cry.
films and slides, which most of you have already seen, and with the intent of
Yes,
pointing out
Darlene.
some of the things that we observed.
Yes, Eliza.
The spot, which may not be obvious to those of you who are looking at them here from the surface of Earth.
Wow. Can you believe this? Look at that face. Look at, hold on, let me get a better pause on that. This guy looks shame. Oh, out of here. This guy looks like he's in shame. Sorry, the computer's acting all up now.
Promptly. And I think that was characteristic of all the events of the flight.
Wow. No. He looks like he's in shame. I think I have a better video. Hopefully this one is it. Okay, yeah, we got to check this again. Okay, I want to tell you something quickly. So before we bring up some more footage, before I knew about flat Earth and the dome, right? Before I knew any of that, I did know that the moon landing was faked. I always knew, but I didn't know why. I still believed in space, and I can admit that because I was brainwashed because the power and the deception that they have has the whole world under a spell. So I knew, many millions of people know, they're like, oh, it was fake, but they still believe in space. So I was like, I had thoughts like maybe they did go there and there was aliens there and they warned them, don't you ever come back. So I thought maybe that's why they were scared. But no, it all came together now. Once you realize that they were told to do this and what for whatever reason, and that when they came back, they were told that, no, you have to do this. You have to say everything. And then they probably realized, oh, my God, they're rebelling against God, right? That looks like someone that didn't really know in the beginning and then found out afterwards because Satan like tricks you, gives you all this money and glory. So you don't get time. You're just soaking up all this excitement. And then when it gets time to the knit and grit of it, like a big press conference to tell billions of people that you went to the moon and you're the first man, he's like, oh boy, I gotta pay up with my soul now. That is someone that has just sold their soul. We just witnessed live on air Neil A. Armstrong sell his soul to the devil on air so he could be known as the first man on the moon, which never really happened. And that these press conferences show the body language. They show everything. Look at that face. Guilty conscience, says Warrior Yeshua. Yeah. So let's get into this video. I think is another good one.
On July 24, 1969, astronauts Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins triumphantly returned from the most important mission ever accomplished in human history.
Listen.
They have just been on the moon. They are the first human beings to have ever visited another celestial body and to have safely returned from it. On the recovery ship, they are welcomed by President Nixon in person. After a brief exchange in front of the cameras, Armstrong, Aldrin, and Collins are placed in quarantine. Of isolation. Then on September 16th, they appear for a press conference in front of the global members of the press who welcome them with a standing ovation. Everyone expects to see three absolute heroes radiating with happiness and pride for their incredible achievement. But their faces appear somber, tense, somehow preoccupied instead. They seem uncomfortable, and there are several truly embarrassing moments during the event. When the three astronauts are asked the meaning of a mission that has brought mankind on another celestial body for the first time, the three don't seem too eager nor too enthusiastic about answering the question.
Many of us and many other people in many places have speculated on the meaning of this first landing on another body in space. Would each of you give us your estimate of what is the meaning of this to all of us?
And when Armstrong describes their achievement as the beginning of a new era, he seems more like a person forced to read from a script than someone actually convinced of his own words.
Yeah.
Entire program, it's a beginning of a new age.
Beginning of a new age. He doesn't look happy about that.
The most embarrassing moment of all comes when the famous astronomer and journalist Sir Patrick Moore asks the astronauts whether they could see stars from the moon.
When you looked up at the sky, could you actually see the stars and the solar corona in spite of the glare?
But not one of them, surprisingly, remembers having seen a single star by the naked eye.
We were never able to see stars from the lunar surface or on the daylight side of the moon by eye without looking through the optics.
Even Collins, who was left orbiting the moon while the other two descended on the surface,
Scammers.
does not remember seeing a single star.
I don't remember seeing any.
Unbelievable. And see, they get caught in their lies. They were just full of crap. I cannot believe what we just went through. So I need to explain. I already told you how I used to believe, but I wasn't stupid enough to believe that they actually landed on the moon. After, even as a child, looking at the footage, I was like, I looked at my parents and I'm like, you people must have been really foolish in the 60s, because we had the pleasure of having the technological advancements, right? Of course, in the 60s, you have no choice but to believe you can send a microwave to space wrapped in tin foil, right? But now, after seeing all the technology we have today and all the screens, like NASA, they didn't even have screens that we're looking at right now today. They had like these black screens with like little green letters on it. How did anyone understand that and send anything anywhere and get any data? Because there was no data. There is none. And they even admit that they lost all the data, which is why they haven't gone back. Right? So I spent years trying to find out why did they fake the moon landing? Why is the footage so crap? Why is there so many conspiracy theories? Why is songs saying that it was filmed in a Hollywood basement? You know, and I just didn't know that space was fake. I didn't know. I actually believed that they went to space, but there was a belt or asteroids, or they just couldn't land because of technicalities, or maybe that they ran into another race that threatened them and warned the destruction of Earth. So I was like, oh my God, like that's how they sell you. And I was almost fell into that alien invasion type mentality, but believing it was real, right? So once you tie it into the Holy Bible and you learn of Nimrod and how they rebelled and the mention of the glass dome and the firmament, then you realize that if they already tried to break it once and failed and know that they can't do it, they're going to try another way. So instead of breaking the glass dome physically, they removed it spiritually, right? They just removed the education that there ever is a glass dome and just filled your head with space and fantasy and shooting stars, right? unbelievable how they got us. And how did they get us? Because I was a kid when they taught us that. I couldn't question it. I was like 9-10 years old. But you try to tell me now, I'm a big 30 grayback man, I'm going to be like, nah, my Holy Bible doesn't tell me that. So we're going to go to the Bible and we're going to look at where firmament is mentioned. And it's mentioned many times. And what is the firmament? It is the glass dome. And it means that space cannot exist. The whole NASA deception organization is funneling all this money not to send rockets into space because they know that's impossible. And we all have to know that's impossible, right? Thank you, Tori. Well said. Yeah, Priya says, obviously, this is a setup, right? Another reason to steal all the people's money. That's what I'm saying. So the money's not going to space. It's a joke. It's going to deceive you, right? To build other things. And we're going to get into that because we're still in 1969. Trust me, you're going to see, because I'm going over every little breadcrumb, right, that they did to show how Satan is deceiving you and how he's done it. So here's firmament. It shows up in Genesis. And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. So yeah, it says 15 instances of firmament in the King James Version Bible. And God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. So that's talking about the stars. So here it is. And let them be, okay, and God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. So that's talking about the stars, right? So what we see as stars and Orion's belt and Neptune or whatever, if you've ever looked into it with a proper telescope or seen the videos of people doing it, they're not stars, they're actually light orbs within the glass dome firmament because God put them there, right? So they're all there in the Bible, firmament. There's a verse here. And above the firmament, right? Look, we're going to go to Ezekiel quickly. Sorry, you can all see that. I want to make sure everyone can see that clear. So, and above the firmament that was over their heads was the likeness of a throne, as the appearance of a sapphire stone. And upon the likeness of the throne was the likeness as the appearance of a man above upon it. So we're talking about the throne of God above the dome, above our heads. And it appeared as the appearance of a sapphire stone. Right? So we're going to get into this because it's, again, this is Ezekiel chapter 1, verse 26. Everything is from the Holy Bible. So images for sapphire stone. So here's what they're talking about, that above the dome, there is a throne of sapphire stone. And above that throne, there is a man on it, right? It says appearance of a man above upon it. So they're talking about God that sits on the sapphire stone throne. And it's green. We got the sapphire stone. I think they come in other colors, but we're looking at the green sapphire that's mentioned right here in the Bible. Appearance as of a sapphire stone. There's your sapphire stone. So now we're looking at the northern lights, or also known as Aurora Borealis. As you notice, it's green with hints of blue, just like a sapphire stone. So guess where I'm going with this one? There is a glass dome. And where do we see the northern lights? In the North Pole, around the north, right under the glass dome, right under the immovable star Polaris, right? So as the Bible says, so above the dome, and as you saw, God separated the waters above from the waters below. And as we know, when we look at our oceans from the waters below, they're blue, or it appears to look blue. So if there's waters above, that means that above is going to be blue also, right? Not black like NASA's footage of them on the moon, right? Like their sky is black. How come our sky is not black then, right? Why is it blue? That doesn't make sense. But the Bible says because those waters above and there's a glass dome separating it. And in the glass dome are all the lights and the stars for the signs and the seasons. So, and right above the dome and the waters is the throne of God. That is how close he is, that we could see the shining reflections called the Aurora Borealis, which is coming from the sapphire stone throne where God sits on right above the. Isn't this unbelievable? So there you go. There's your Aurora Borealis and your northern lights. So we've already gone into Nimrod and how he is Apollo and how Apollo is Nimrod. And they're trying to do the same thing. Right? So Apollo Nimrod 144. Mark of the Beast 144. Alien Invasion 144. Because this is their goal. Because we are going to have a pre-tribulation rapture. And their mission is to hide that. So how are they going to hide all of the Bible prophecies? Because the Bible is the truth. So 144, alien invasion. Body of Christ, 144. Right? So, okay. I made this video 3 years ago because I've been on reading the Bible and I already noticed a lot of what the Bible said coming true. Right? With the signs in the skies and the way people will lose their ways and just be this sheepish fashion, right? I've seen it for a long time coming now, especially since all the smart devices. I wanted nothing to do with it. So we're going to get into this video I made 3 years ago. So let's get this playing. Why isn't it going to play? Let's refresh it then.
Sun in the sky. It's from July 6, 1971. NASA, National Aeronautics and Space Administration.
So you're not going to be able to hear me. So let's just move that. So here we go. So as you can see on the screen here, I have a pattern. So it's from NASA. It's got a date on it. It says July 6, 1971. So they landed on the moon in 1969. They sent their characters up. They brought their characters home, supposedly. And the whole world got to see it live. The president got to telephone call them. No hiccups, no problems, no issues. Everything went according to plan, right? And now that's over with. They did their press conference. They look like a bunch of losers, not a bunch of champions that just did this amazing feat, right? So now 2 years later, not even 2 years, NASA's got a new mission, right? They've already forgotten about space. And I'm going to prove it to you that space was always fake, because that's why they never went back to space, because they forgot about it. There's no need, because there is no space. They already did their Tower of Babel, right? And I'm going to show you what they moved on to. So here it is on the screen. National Aeronautics and Space Administration. It's a memorandum dated July 6, 1971. Right? So in accordance with the procedures. Okay, wait, look at this. It says memorandum to KSI Scientific and Technical Information Division from the Office of the Assistant General Counsel for Patent Matters. The subject, announcement of NASA-owned U.S. patents in STAR. So in accordance with the procedures contained in the code on this subject, dated June 8th, 1970, so a year after the moon landing, the attached NASA-owned U.S. patent is being forwarded for abstracting and announcement in NASA star. So NASA, immediately after their Apollo 11 moon fiasco, they're creating their own star, and they've got a patent for it already drawn up in June 1970, dated that letter July 6, 71. So now, what happened to space? Didn't you just get to space and land on the moon? Aren't you want to go? Don't you think you're gonna want to go back and put a base there and build a whole freaking city, right? No, they already forgot about it, and they're building their own star, which is the fake sun simulator. Right? So the patent, which by the way is over 5 decades old, is about creating an artificial sun capable of illuminating most, if not the entire globe, but it's not a globe, the same way our real sun does now. So the concept was deemed a novel illumination system and intended to create a single virtual source of light. But why would we need an artificial reflector powered by our own sun? So what applicability does this have? So they're going on asking questions. I'm going to tell you why they need a fake sun, especially immediately after you just won the space race. Why do you need a fake sun? Right? Because there is no space. There's a dome there. So they succeeded in making you think that they went to space. So there's no need to keep going back and pretending, because they can't, right? So they already went on to the next prophecy, which is the 3 days of darkness, where God darkens the sun immediately after tribulation. And they don't want you to know Bible prophecy. So they hid the dome, they hid the Garden of Eden. Now they're going to hide the darkening of the sun by creating their own sun. So let me see some comments here as this video is playing that I made. Making sure everyone's on board here. Let me get a sip of my drink. So there's the pattern. As you can see, it's like these mini hexagon shapes. So there's your satanic hex, your hex again. It's made up of little hex solar panels, supposedly, as you can see it here coming up on the screen. So Becca says, "You are so right. Forgive me. I know it's flat. Thank you. I'm going to make sure every one of my crusaders in God's army knows the truth of our earth, and that the Bible states fully and all full truth what we are and where we are." Right? Yep. NASA's very much fake. So Rose says, because the real sun is on the other side of the dome and the moon. Yes, Lindsay. Lindsay is here. Welcome. So I think, what am I doing in this video? So we're going into some Bible verses, right? So it is Matthew 24:29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days, the sun will be darkened, and the moon will not give its light, or her light. And the stars will fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens will be shaken. So that's Matthew 24:29. It says that the sun will be darkened, and the moon will not give her light. I'm confused, Nico. If you're saying it's not dark in space, then why was it dark when Felix Baumgartner skydove in space? Yeah, it's dark, and it says if there is space, but there isn't space. So we don't see space. All we see is the sky, which is blue. So look at this video here. You can see two suns in the sunset. But sorry, so Rose, what we see is a blue sky, and at night we see, what appears to be a black sky. But what does the ocean like at nighttime? The ocean is blue in the day, and at nighttime it looks black, right? So that's the same effect we're getting with the night sky, not space, not this black space, and especially with the moon footage, there's no stars, but on a clear night sky with no city lights, you can see so much stars. So remember, they're in space. It's just the three of them. There's no city. They're on a deserted moon rock, and there's not one star. So very embarrassing and confusing, as they said in that press conference, right? So sorry, I'm catching up on the questions. I don't want people to get lost. Exactly. You can't land on plasma. The moon isn't something you can land on. It's not a rock with craters that's been hit by meteors. That's a lie. And the moon and the sun are not in space. They're actually really small and they're orbiting around the earth like that. That's why they're able to make a fake sun, because they can make it identical. And as you can see in the footage, they have it already going around, whether it's like a giant drone just following the real sun. So when the real sun goes dark, the fake sun will be right there and will remain on, and no one will even know, right? And that there's another one of God's prophecies, hidden and disguised. Yes, Starlight. Wow. So we got a lot of comments. I'm missing it by, but I want to get this video out there. So we're going to see some footage of two suns in the sky. It's not lens flare. People are so quick to say, oh, it's lens flare. But no, there's lots of images now. We just had a video come out this week or last week of another sun being launched in China, whether that was real or not. Yes, Becca, you're welcome. Thank you, Rose. Very on point. So yeah, people have got footage of this happening. So let me skip ahead. So we get sun dogs. Let me just skip that. So as you can see, the images, you might have seen this image of like a reflection. It looks like that's the sun reflecting off the dome on a clear day without chemtrails and haze. You can see that. So there it is. And here's a song by Pink Floyd called Two Suns in the Sunset. So why does Pink Floyd have a song called Two Suns in the Sunset? Right, so that's there. There's Joy is saying, wow. I love seeing all these wows. That means something's good, something's coming up. So Pink Floyd has an album called The Final Cut. And that's where, and they're also famous for light going through prism, creating the rainbow, and there's no water there. So there's more truth hidden in plain sight. So let's stop that video and we're going to move on. So here's the video that I found. That's the most recent one. So we're going to look at this video from China, and it's called They Made Their Own Sun. So look at this. So here's something that China just launched. I'm not saying that is the fake sun, but it looks very similar. It's like the world showing you that they can do it. Whether that's it or not, they already have it up there. It's been up there for a while because that's where all this climate change is coming from, because now we got another light source up in the sky. It's affecting everything down here. So yeah, so many verses where it says the sun shall be darkened. We got Mark 13:24. But in those days, after that tribulation, the sun shall be darkened and the moon shall not give her light. So the moon is feminine and the sun is masculine, just as it is, and just as we see it in the sky. We got Ecclesiastes. It says, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. So we got Joel 3:15. The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. So if you're devil, it's mentioned not just once, but multiple times in the Holy Bible. Luke 23:45. And the sun was darkened, and the veil of the temple was rent in the midst. Right? So many, here we go. Revelation 9:2. And he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose a smoke out of the pit, as the smoke of a great furnace, and the sun and the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit. So there's many instances the sun will be darkened, and whether we're going to be able to see it or not, I'm going to tell you that we're not going to be able to see this prophecy happen, because they have not one, maybe two suns now. China just launched one, but NASA had one patented from over 50 years ago. The year, like immediately after the Apollo mission, they started this fake sun project, right? Back in 1970. Why? And I'm trying to tell you, because space is fake. There is no space race. There is no space station, SpaceX. There is no mission. There is no land rovers on Mars or the moon. They didn't find water anywhere. You know, there's people in Africa that don't have clean water, but yet they found water on the moon. And we can't, like, it's ridiculous. It's a joke. That's why. So it could have already happened, but the Bible says immediately after the tribulation. So I don't want to believe that we're already in tribulation or it's already happened, because then we missed something. So what are we in now? This is definitely not the millennial reign. So I'm telling you, tribulation is about to begin, and they're ready for it. Whether the sun will be darkened before or after, they're ready with their fake sun. And it is bright and it is hot, which is why we have this climate control, why it's even a thing, because they're the ones messing around with the climate, right? So yeah, the sun will be darkened. So yeah, we got more 144s. Just like I said, Apollo Nimrod is 144. Disney Pixar is 144, because they're also a big part of this NASA deception. Disney, 144. All because if you don't believe in the NASA deception, then they can't deceive you with the 5G alien deception, also equals 144. From Adam to Noah. So from the generations of Adam to Noah, from the antediluvian age, equals 144 from Adam to Noah. Adam to Noah is 144 in the Francis Bacon cipher. So in two different ciphers, we got two different 144s for Adam to Noah. Fake sun equals 322 in the Satanic cipher. And if you know about 322, skull and bones, there's your fake sun equals 322. Right? So Apollo 201, Neil Armstrong's full name is 201. Okay, so let's get on here. I finally get some time to see some comments and some questions. It's mind-blowing. Well, like, if you see, I'm trying to help you see. Wow. So hopefully that's a good sign, because what I was about to say, Becca, is hopefully I can get you all to see how I see the world, how the Bible is trying to explain to us to see the world, and it's real. So Becca, you're welcome. She's saying thank you, Nico. So hopefully you're getting it and you're seeing the deception of why the moon landing was faked, why they never even cared to go back, because they already turned their focus onto the next Bible prophecy, which was the sun being darkened. So they spent the last 50 years creating fake sun simulator. So J7 says, also, how are all the images of Earth from the moon showing stars if the astronauts couldn't see them while on the moon? That's what I'm saying. Like, even in a lit city, you can see some stars, but out in the country, you can see everything. But they're out of Earth, so there's no light. It's just their little microwave lunar module and their three buddies. It was just a black sky, no atmosphere, so they didn't enter. It's just on a rock, and come on. So Jonathan RX, yeah, why don't you read it? It's not just to laugh and learn something. So Jonathan, I know he's very, Jonathan still believes in NASA and the ball Earth and the Big Bang Theory. So no arguments here. Everyone's coming around at their own time. Who here has 5G? It came with my new phone. Wow. Get away from that stuff, please. Fact, says Becca. Priya says, always a pleasure listening to me. So Andrew saying, the website talks about how parents are eager for the snake bite for their kids. Are you really going to believe that they tell? Yeah, exactly. We got to understand that there's the same government that's lying about this whole pandemic. They've been lying about everything. They lied about the terrorist attacks on New York City. They lied about putting a man on the moon. They've been lying about the creation of these buildings, right? And I'm trying to tell you, it's all the fallen angels. Actually, that's what I need to bring up. Let me check my phone, make sure I haven't forgotten anything, because I get so much stuff set up. Go through the decodes, go through everything. So we've seen one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind equals 666. Okay, so let me bring up something here. I want to show you something because I keep telling you it's the fallen angels. Every series that I've done is something completely different, but it's all tying into the fallen angels. So we're going to bring this back up here. And I got an image here that I found, and it's pretty epic looking. So okay, so we got some angels on this picture here. So we're going to start off at the top with the seraphim. So it's in rank, right? So the seraphim seems to be the highest rank, and it's all feather, and it's got an eyeball. So could Lucifer, this Samael, be this seraphim where we see this eyeball symbolism everywhere? And then we get the next highest is the cherubim. So the cherubim has like double wings. And the cherubim are the ones that are guarding the Garden of Eden. So God has trusted the cherubim. Because look, and then we get thrones. So I don't know what that is. It's got eyeballs on it too, or no? That's not a clear image. So now we get the dominions. So these angels are the dominions, angels of dominions, right? There's their staff there. Sorry, let me make sure you can all see that. So the angel next to him is the angel of powers, right? We got the angel of virtues. We have principalities. Hope you see where I'm going with this, because this is all connected. There's the archangels like Michael. There's archangels. And then the lowest rank of them all is angels. So we've been doing a lot of speaking of angels, of the buildings, their statues, because all these incredible, magnificent structures have these images on it. And in fact, I can show you the images. We see a lot of this angel imagery. We don't see much archangels. I believe we see this powers angel with the sword. And I believe we see a lot of principalities angels, right? So, and the angels that fell that were convinced by either Lucifer, the seraphim, or some other high rank, whether it was Semyaza, right? But these angels fell, 201. And now I want to tell you so you saw those angels, you saw the archangels, the angels, there was powers, principalities. Watch this. So the Bible says it. I'm going straight to Ephesians 6:12. Right? For we wrestle not. Make sure it's on the screen. Everyone listen carefully. Watch. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. So the Bible says that we're not wrestling against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, and against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. So what did I just show you with the angels? So this Ephesians 6:12 says we're wrestling against principalities and against powers, right? So I'm going to bring you back to this screen because some of these angels are known as principalities and powers. Wow. So could some of the leaders that controlled and deceived the angels to fall, is this what the Bible, Ephesians 6:12, is telling us, that we are indeed wrestling against these angels, against principalities, against powers, right? Are you seeing this? Sorry, let me get some comments on board because I get lost in this. I get excited. You're welcome, Angel 444. Spiritual war, far right now. Amen to you too, T. Mooten. So how are you getting that many ciphers to work at once? I have like so many at once. I have like all of them at once, all the way from English Standard all the way to Fibonacci. Every single one of them is on for me, and I just scan them all. Just no, galaxies don't exist. Nothing to do with space exists, Love Butterfly. It's a lie. So I'm trying to help you understand that these people are serving these higher powers. As you can see, some of the angels are known as principalities and powers. And the Bible, Ephesians 6:12, says that we wrestle against principalities, against powers. So again, we are up against fallen angels, evil ones that fell. Unbelievable. So Lindsay says the sky's looking pretty dope tonight. Oh, Stacy, you're late. Wow, we're just pretty much gotten through everything. No worries. The video is going to be saved and uploaded on Facebook and on 2 YouTube channels. So yeah, I know the timings, everyone's in different time zones. So what's everyone's thoughts on what we've looked at? The fake moon landing, these characters, the press conferences, the gematria decodes, everything's connected to the fallen angels, principalities and powers. Yes, I was thinking of this verse when you showed the pictures. They said, yes, as soon as you saw principalities and powers, you were like, oh, we are not wrestling against flesh and blood. We truly are wrestling against these evil angels. So we cannot. Wow, this is so good. Thank you. You're welcome, Mimi. Absolutely hope and pray that some one or two, if not all of you, are waking up to the truth that I am showing here, episode after episode. So 100 falling angels with in charge of teaching men astrology. Yeah, they taught them all what the dome was. They taught them everything. They showed them the stones. They showed them what plants were medicine, what could get you high, what was herbs, what was to eat. And they obviously showed them what the rocks could do because they built structures and built all these cities across the earth. You forgot to cover the tinfoil lunar lander. Oh, I keep talking about it, but anyone can really just go look at it. It's a joke. Well, what's there to cover? There's nothing to cover. It's a mess. That thing can even like survive anything, let alone travel to space, land on the moon, and then come back. So it's on Wikipedia. You can look at the damn little box thing that was in. I'm sorry, but you know, people have been covering this for decades, right? But I'm the one here connecting it to the fallen angels, the flat earth, the Holy Bible, to God, to everything, to the true enemy. So the truth is not a race. So I don't know who people are talking to here. So all of these equals 666, talking heads, the fallen angels, the fallen angel of music, the fallen angels created a heaven on earth. Exactly. Thank you for that, J7. Yeah, the fallen angels built cities for Cain. The fallen angels will pose as aliens, and the fallen angels did enslave humanity. So some of my decodes there that I found a couple years ago now. So yeah, spiritual warfare against principalities. But I'm telling you, principalities could also mean one of these high-ranked angels, because they're also known as principalities, and some of them are known as powers, right? Yeah, so one of them, like Azazel, was in charge of teaching them makeup and how to make weapons with metals and what they were used for, right? Thank you, Ruth. Ruth says, wow, another wow. We got a lot of wows tonight. So I'm happy for that. Yep, we've already named them during the Astroworld series, Jerry Honeycutt. All the leaders, all the names, how many, like there's so much detail. So we're putting it all together to show you how this whole Apollo moon landing ritual was just another Babylonian Tower of Babel, twin towers this time, right? So that's all that they did. Hannah's here, so stopping in to say hi. Love seeing you here, Hannah. Hannah's great. Hannah downloads and saves all the videos because she knows that the censorship is crazy and is attacking all these truth channels. So thank you for that. God bless you, Hannah. Becca, hopefully, yeah, Becca looks like you got some confirmation this evening. You're very welcome, sister. So you had to drive the kids around. I'm here for all of you. Got your back. Thank you, Red Stiff. So yeah, quickly remind me, did I miss anything? We went from 1966 to 1970, 71 today with the fake sun. So we've covered a lot in a small chunk of years, right? Especially something as big as landing on the moon. And that's the best we got. That's all. And there's been nothing since. And I'm trying to tell you why there's been nothing since, because that's all they could do. And they don't need to do anything else more, but focus on the next deception. Yes, everyone loves J7. Myra Lopez says decades. Yes, people have been decoding this and looking into it for decades. But you're right. Nobody put these things together like you and Joseph Aquaviva. Thank you. Yeah, it's because the awakening happened. I woke up 2016, had a big downloads of information. I was born again in 2007 and was just waiting for to be told what the mission was. And here it is. We're finally living it out. We're putting together God's army. Thank you, King of Kings. Stacy says, we also have to remember in the Bible, angels are frightening. That's why they always say, fear not, because men saw scary things when angels showed up. Thank you. You know what? I got to show you all something quick. Because just last week, I need to go to Wikipedia quick. The Weeknd. So that character, The Weeknd, he came out with a new album. There's some songs on that album. So yeah, the album is called, where is it? I need to see the song list. New album track list, right? Sorry, I'm just bringing it up here. Dawn FM. So he's got this new album called Dawn FM. It's whack. I don't listen to these musicians anymore with their crap music. So I have it on screen right now. So Stacy, that's a great comment. See, again, I need my Crusaders to help remind me of some things here because we're all in this together. So The Weeknd, check out one of the songs in his track list. Every Angel is Terrifying. So track number 12 on The Weeknd's new album is called Every Angel is Terrifying. Number 7, Out of Time. Number 5 is Sacrifice. 4 is Take My Breath. Right? Very satanic. Starry Eyes. Oh my God, there's a bug. Shit, I hate these things. Give me a second. Sorry, we got attacked by another bug. I gotta quickly get rid of this thing before my dogs get it. Hold on. Hold on, baby. See that? That's the devil getting angry. As soon as I'm exposing and start saying every angel is terrifying, this friggin' sends these bloody creepy bugs. Ugh! Stop it! Nobody's gonna touch you. Daddy's protecting you. I cannot believe these disgusting bugs. Okay, excuse me. Everyone's watching and waiting. See? Just as I'm exposing the weekend in that song, every angel is terrifying. This friggin' bug comes out of nowhere. Oh, okay. What is it? Hour 35? Okay. Whew. Oh, it's been great. It's been great. I'm here now. We're gonna talk it out quickly. Remind me of some more things. So thank you for that, Stacy. Coco's here. So Andrew's laughing. Jonathan blocked him. Yeah, people get upset when the truth is staring at them in their face. Some of them will refuse to listen. You're welcome. Love Butterfly. Sue Sutton says, thanks so much. Class was great today as usual. That's great to hear. I love being here for all of you. Samuel says, I need to learn more about principalities. Never delved that far. See, that's why we're here. We're bringing it all up. It's all coming together for us. God is blessing this resistance and giving us all that we need to withstand the wiles of the devil. So Satan could be a seraphim. He could have tricked and deceived some principality angels and powers, because the Bible says we're up against principalities and powers and spiritual wickedness in high places. So, wow. And then they obviously convinced 200 angels or 201 to fall with them as their army, right? And God does have angels who did not fall. He's got cherubims that stand by him, and that the Garden of Eden. And the next deception, yeah, alien invasion, we're paying attention close. That's why the Apollo mission had to happen, so the alien invasion could make sense. Because if we got a dome in the sky, then who's coming to invade Earth? They need to get rid of the dome, because the rapture is going to happen any hour, any second now. And if people disappear, if there's a dome, the only explanation is God. They do not want God to be in existence because they are rebelling against him, right? So remove the dome, create space, create enough space, like a whole universe where other life forms could exist and come and visit us and attack us and abduct us, right? And conveniently, it's going to happen during the rapture. So space is fake. I'm sorry. It's we have to start seeing it. There's so much more information. The stars are lights in the dome, in the glass. So that's why they don't move. They're the same stars in the same place for the last 6,000 years. If we're moving through space, then we're going to get different stars in the sky, right? Not the exact same, lined up perfectly. So remember, the Giza pyramids in Egypt are directly lined up to the stars in the sky. And they've been there for like 5,000-6,000 years, right? So Myra Lopez says, cutting in and out, no sound. Sorry, I ran off. Is the mic still on? The mic is like right in front of my face right here. So, but I know what you mean, because I watched some of the videos back and it's got like this little choppy sound. It's so annoying. So I don't know what's doing that, but I want to get that sorted. Especially if I got a mic, it shouldn't be doing that. Yeah, but it's true. The Bible lets us know this. Okay, thank God we're okay now. Thank you. So the 200 fallen angels have a leader angel for every 10 of them. The names are in the book of Enoch. Yes. Yeah, I have my book of Enoch. We're definitely going to have to revisit and do a whole series on just the angels. Sorry, I can hear like something else. I get creeped out. I don't like bugs, especially with my dogs around, my little babies. Hi, Coco. Daddy saved you from that bug. A big one. So yeah, you guys are sharing stuff. Yeah, thank you, Mimi. Hit the like button. I got nothing but likes, but we need thousands more. So now we're building this army. Hopefully all you crusaders could do your part and help gather some more and wake them up to this truth. The videos are still there, but they've been saved and shared. So it's going to be nice to be able to watch everything from start to finish. It's going to be like a week's worth of footage, so many hours, right? So how's everyone feeling? How was our trip to the moon today? Do you think we really went? What do you think? It's like I'm not scared of the bugs. Like as long as I can see them from a mile away and know where they are and what they're doing, that's okay. But if they're sneaking up on you and dropping from the ceiling on your head and just flying into lights and just like crawling on you, I don't like surprises like that, especially like creepy bug surprises. So yeah, that's just me. So but yeah, Texas, geez. Forget Texas. I've seen the size of them spiders down in Australia. So Sue Sutton in New Zealand. That's what's the bug situation down like that? I know Texas got some lizards and a bunch of snakes and gators and creepy crawlies. Sorry, Lindsay. Yeah, I'm not at anyone. I'm not here to get angry at anyone or tell anyone that they're wrong. I just want to show what I've seen and what pretty much the whole world has seen and what we have. That's all we have. So I just want to know, is there any way, do you think I'm reaching? I don't feel like I'm reaching. I feel like millions of people have realized this has been fake for a while, but no one's really known why and how and connected the numbers and the Bible to it. And Nimrod, of course, Tower of Babel. Wow, we got lots of comments. Sorry, I'm way behind on the comments. Way behind. Sorry, lots of comments. Jeez, how did I get so far behind? Oh yeah, because I ran off to go get rid of that bug. So yeah, I'm good. Thank you. Someone's talking about New Age stuff. Oh, we've done a couple of episodes on the New Age, but I need more help, especially from Stacy's a big person. But please follow Stacy's channel, Proverbs Woman 31, if you want some New Age. She's the one for that one. So yeah, for the Weeknd did flash the word Satan during the Super Bowl halftime show back in 2020. So yeah. Thank you, Becca. Becca's awake. Becca knows what's true and what's up. She says the landing on the moon was and is fake. So we got a winner with Becca right there. I saw the truth of this for the first time with the moon stuff tonight. Wow. Welcome, Red Stiff. So we got another one. You're another winner tonight. I'm hoping that we're reaching more of you and you're getting it. Hopefully my voice and my explanations, because we can sit here and watch footage, but we need to have it explained with the Bible and the Word of God to go with it. Wait till we get into the flash flood and how things like the whole lie of things turning to stone takes millions of years of petrification. No, we have things like boots that have been turned to stone in like 2-3 years. So history is a lie, and that's why we're covering his story, not history, because history is a lie, but God's story is the absolute truth. Yes, we're all of God. Thank you, Jungle Queens. Never believed we have. Yeah, splendid conversation topics. There was a fake moon landing. Yeah, fake moon landing equals 666. Becca's definitely going to watch this again. Yeah, I love my babies and my life. Coco's like right beside me at all times. I got these little fur balls like always touching me. The resistance rocks the world. Let's get loud. I need your help. I'm just one person with 2 Pomeranians. Oh my God, Samuel Adams says we have roaches as big as your dogs. That's gross. You know what really creeps me out? It's those little millipedes. They got like 1,000,000 legs, and they're like little snakes with 1,000,000 legs, and all those things are gross. And I know there's some massive ones down there in Texas, like poisonous ones too. That is not a good way to go. That is scary. That is horror right there. So sorry, David Many. Sorry, my comments are all jumping all over the place. J7 says, The Weeknd, what a clown. He and Ye should team up. Exactly. Satanic World Government Channel shows the backstage footage. Thank you. Yeah, the heli weird deception is real. That's why it had to be filmed. And that's why the fake moon landing had to be filmed in the Hollywood basement, because we've gone over how Hollywood is casting or broadcasting spells, right? Just like the weather forecast, everything's casting. It's spell casting. And the strongest conductor to cast a spell is the wood from the Hollywood tree, right? That's why it's Hollywood from the holly tree. So thank you, Becca. I love you too so much. Loving this channel, loving the resistance. So I need this. Talking with people who aren't totally under some evil spell. To be honest, it helps greatly. Thank you. Yeah, it does. Like, I need sensible people that want to listen and learn what's going on, because I can't talk to these people anymore. These sheep. You see how they react. They just get all angry and aggressive, and we don't need that. So David had his kids up late. Yep, the children are going to keep you up. You're going to need some rest and a nap. Yep, centipedes, very sick and ugly. Anything with more than 4 legs is from the devil, right? Yeah, Joe, he's joking, by the way. So yeah, Darlene, Kanye West song just came out, Heaven and Hell. So let's go to the gematria calculator quick, because this is great. Thank you for reminding me. We got time, so let's quickly get to the calculator. And what do we have here? We got we want to bring up English. Heaven and hell. There it is. So heaven and hell equals 666. Darlene, so thank you for reminding me. Kanye West just came out with a song, and it's called Heaven and Hell. So I already did the decode when I saw it, because I was like, what is going on? So as you can see in English Sumerian, as we always use, Kanye West's new song, Heaven and Hell, equals 666. So also Kanye changed his name, so he's just Ye now, as in Y-E. So Ye, Heaven and Hell equals now 846. So there's more tribulation numbers there. So Heaven and Hell equals 666 and one in the same cipher. And then when you add Kanye's new name, Ye, you get 846. And let's bring it up. Hold on. Move this. What else did I have up here? I think it's going to be satanic. Yeah. So Ye, Heaven and Hell equals 666 and 846. Are you guys seeing this? So Darlene, again, thank you for reminding me. Yeah, the music video is weird. No, thank you. I'm very grateful for you. So again, Ye, Heaven and Hell equals 666 and 846. And what else equals 666 and 846? Fake moon landing in the exact same ciphers equals 666 and 846, because the fallen angels, hold on, we put it in, the fallen angels are ruling everything. So you're going to see me type it in here. The fallen angels also equals 666 and 846 in the same ciphers. Nixon phone call to the moon, 666. Apollo Nimrod. Sorry, I lost my whatever. So I just put it in. Yay, Heaven and Hell. Where did I put it? Yeah, so yay, heaven and hell, 666, 846, same as the fallen angels, and fake moon landing. Incredible, right? How much more do we have to see? It's the fallen angels. There are angels that go by the name principalities and powers, as we are warned in Ephesians 6:12. The end times are here. Wow. Thank you. Yeah. So we got everyone in here watching. Thank you. The end times are here. I'm subscribed to your channel. So yeah, China's sun is 6 times hotter than our sun. And the fourth angel poured out his vial upon the sun, and power was given unto him to scorch men with fire. Revelation 16:8. Wow. David says, bro, I need to learn gematria stuff. I don't know which ciphers or anything. So yeah, so Joseph's very deep into gematria and his daily teaching and sharing numbers. I could definitely get into it and do a whole series on just gematria. Hopefully that will help. Have myself and Joseph and some other decoders get on and help teach everyone so we could see that these numbers actually do mean something and have power, and we are affected by it. And the fact that we didn't know left us vulnerable, but now we know we can be wary of it and stand against the wiles of the devil. This is why God's army is important. This is why we are building God's army. We have to we are the resistance, so we can withstand and put on that whole armor of God. This is what we're doing with all of this education. Sorry, let me put the screen back bigger. I'm missing all these comments. So yeah, J7 says musical prophet equals 666. Becca says, yes, the fallen angels exist. And Jerry says Satan is a fallen angel. So again, angels, angels, angels all over the earth, all in history, all in just everywhere. It's the angels, right? So Andrea says God is good. God is great. Yes. Yeah, so a lot of you all need help with gematria. We're definitely going to get to it. Exactly. So gematria is coming. Okay. So yeah, what else? We'll keep it at 2 hours today. Yesterday's show was just like an hour. So I think today's pretty good. Wow. So we went to the moon, or not. We went to a Hollywood basement and we staged going to the moon. And then when we had to go and explain ourselves to the whole world, yeah, we were embarrassed because we had to lie and talk about stars, and what a joke. These people are sick. And we saw them sell their soul right there on national TV, right? Exactly. Thank you, Red's Tiff. Education, the armor, the blood of Jesus, and prayer. So important. We are here uniting God's army in these end days, in the devil's playground. We will be the force that will withstand the wiles of the devil, and we will crusade on, educating and freeing minds and souls across this beautiful flat earth. Yes, the devil's turned it into his little playground, but we're going to escape it. That's what we're going to do. We're going to escape this nonsense. We're going to go home to our Father and see him in his sapphire stone throne right above us, right above the dome and the waters above. Yeah, China is crazy making a false sun, but you already see NASA already made one starting way back in the 70s. Right after they landed on the moon, they started making a fake sun. Yeah, Lord Protect Us is very apocalyptic, so it's getting wild out there, scary stuff, and UFOs. I'm troubled by this, says Sandra. Don't be troubled by this. I'm not troubled by this. That's why I'm here trying to give you all the armor of God so we can just be ready. And that's it. There's nothing that can harm us, right? Nothing. Well done, J7. Some more great decodes. Moon landings are staged equals 666. Starlight can't wait. Yep, J7's dropping lots of 666. Because that's an easy one to figure out and point out. But thanks to Joseph and some others, we found the 846. We found 726. We found the 144. It's all here. It's all happening. The moon landing was fake. So how do you want the next episode to go? We obviously still got more to go through because there's so much to do with it and the rituals. I don't watch TV, but I know a lot of these TV shows have a lot of like dome and glass dome subliminal messages, like The Simpsons and Game of Thrones and that movie The Giver. So it's all over everywhere. Toronto had a stadium called Sky Dome. Yeah, Kissinger equals 666. Foreign exchange equals 666. Samuel says, sadly took the wrong road, but hopefully I'm on God's highway now. Yes, we are crusading on God's highway all the way home. And yeah, we should expose these angels. That's what I've been doing because no one's talking about the real enemy. The Bible told us who the enemy is. The story's all there. What the enemy did, where they came from, and what they're going to do if they ever get the chance to come back, which Astroworld proved that they can come back. And they're here. So we're just sitting ducks now for this end of day scenario to play out. Yeah, LA, the city of fallen angels. So we've landed on the moon. We've come back. We've seen the fake sun simulator. I'm gonna figure it out and make sure I can get all of this shared already and see if we can get this stuff to make an impact. We've gone over Tartaria. We've gone through Astral World. We've gone through some New Age, everything. We've gone through Enoch, Genesis, Revelations. We've gone through some sporting events like the Formula One and the football Hamilton characters. So I'm definitely going to figure out how we're going to do this next one. If anyone else wants to share some stuff. If anyone wants to take the lead with some more flat earth memes and stuff, like there's hours and hours of videos out there. Like I said, in the first episode, there's some guys been doing it for a while, like Eric Dubai, Mark Sargent, Rob Skiba. Again, he passed away last year, but the work is still out there. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end this and then jump on live on like Instagram or Facebook, and we can make some tea. I'm drinking Fruitopia, but I don't really like it. It's all like sweet, and look how it looks now. Look at that. What is that all floating around? This stuff is gross. I don't know why I got it. I just couldn't find like some kombucha, which I like drinking now. But yeah, I love you all. I gotta do a whole episode on just about me and my life and my whole experience in this world, and from my first memories as a child. Like I can remember, all the way back till I was 2. From my father teaching me the alphabet, and then when I was 3, how God spoke to me, how when I was 5, how Satan spoke to me, and then when I was 9, 10, I found out who Satan was, and I spoke to God, and God spoke to me and says, in 25 years, you'll get your chance, right? So that was 1994, 1995, and 25 years later is 2020, right? So God kept his word and I kept mine. I says, you give me the chance, I'll prove that I am here to serve you. And I knew when I was 9, 10 years old that one day I would have to prove to the world that God exists. And that was the pact. I says, don't worry, you give me the power, Father, and protect me. I will prove to the world that you exist. Because God spoke to me. I didn't belong to any religion. I didn't believe in religion, but I did believe in what this voice was, how I felt, this warmth, this loving, this all great and powerful, and how this person knew me. This person told me that they knew me in the past, they knew me today, and they know me tomorrow. God told me I was a king, I am a king, and I will be a king. He just warned me that this world is evil and not to trust anyone. That was what I got warned by God at 3 years old. So we'll have to do a whole episode on that. We're nearing the 2 hours. Today's been great. I have a lot of fun. I wanted to do it sooner. We finally got the Flat Earth and Tartaria, all the series done. We're really crusading on. It's very impressive. I didn't think I'd get down to it, but we've come a long way. So thank you to everyone for helping making this happen. Sue Sutton says, yes, please do a show all about yourself. That will be awesome. Yeah. Again, it's not about pride or being boastful. I got nothing to be prideful and boastful about. I just feel like people want to know more about me and, you know, to help. And I agree. I'd like to relate. I'm not some special person. I'm not a celebrity. I'm not hard to reach, you know, like I'm here for the people, right? So obviously I'm one of you, just like we're all together. We're all one of each other. We're obviously separate from these government and celebrity entities that we've never really seen apart from on the TV mind control box. So yeah, we're the real ones. Look at this. J7, real genius equals 666 and science fairs also equals 666. Yeah, thankfully I never watched any Harry Potter movies. They are satanic. Yeah, Becca's loving this video. It has been good. First hour and a half was mind-blowing. So put it all together with part 1 and part 2 and Tartaria, Astro World. It's all connected. These yeah, they're all different topics, but they're all connected. The fallen angels appear in every single one of them because this is their world. You're welcome, Mr. IMC. Bless and thanks again. Yeah, J7 says, thank you, Nico and family being here. And yes, we want a video on your life. Wow. So I got to do that then. I got to talk about my life and some numbers and the address that I grew up at, my experience with God and Satan and magic and just my guidance. It's been a long journey to bring us here. So you'll be mind blown. I'll help work and put that together. So you're all amazing. I hate having to leave you all because we always get the momentum going. I always start to feel better near the end because I'm always so nervous in the beginning. I'm always coughing and my throat's all like closing up and I'm always like coughing, saying, excuse me. But as you can tell, 2 hours in, everything's good. We're ready to go. I don't want to stop. I don't want to get off, but I'm done. Everything I had prepared for you. This was just straight moon landing. So send me some messages. I need you all to please help me because I'm struggling with the shadow bans, right? That's my Facebook. So I have a backup channel, a YouTube channel. It's got like 77 subscribers, but it's getting like thousands of more views than my videos, the exact same video on the main channel. So something's going on again with the shadow ban. So please, we got to help spread this work. It's all of our work together and spread it to wherever we can and just help it get some traction somewhere else in some other cities and some other places that could use this knowledge. I'm on Instagram. I go live now every day. I'm trying to like just get comfortable doing it and making sure people know that I'm here, I'm ready, I'm living a normal life just as everyone else is. Nothing special, nothing fancy. So that's my Instagram. Need to gather more of you crusaders. I have a website. It's just a shop right now. We carry Crusaders camo, Crusaders hats and gear. You know, it's my armor of God. I feel nothing but confidence and blessed when I'm wearing, you know, my Crusaders of the Resistance t-shirts, hats, and hoodies. So please, if you all want to get on board and share in my armor, then you can either message me. I don't think it's set up for international purchase through the store, so I'll have to get that changed. But if you want something, just message me directly and we can sort that out. So thank you, everyone. I'm going to be heading out. Let me just quickly see the comments. For some reason, things were glitchy today, kept jumping back and forth. I'm not sure why. So everyone's saying good night, good night. Yes, good night, King of Kings. The family saying good night. Eliza Boswick says good night. Beautiful Becca Deschenes is saying good night. I'm an Island Boy saying good night. Thank you, Sam Adams, Starlight, and Warrior of Yeshua. We got my Princess Coco Chanel of the Pomeranian Resistance. I don't remember her being on in a while. She's been very good girl today. Very quiet. Look at her smiling. You're on the show, baby. You don't want to be on the show? Everybody want to see Princess Coco. So from Princess Coco and myself, King Nico, farewell, good night, and I'll see you